Hi everyone, it's Melinda. Today we're going to be looking at my garnet collection. I absolutely love garnets. I just love them. You will notice though that I don't really have a huge variety of garnets in my collection. I'll touch on a few within my little spiel, but as of yet I don't have a huge variety. However, I still think this is an exciting video because a lot of what you see here can be found yourselves, particularly on my Sudbury Tour. We spend a good long chunk of time looking for garnets, so you'll be able to see some examples of what you might be able to find someday. I think though, before I get into what's local, I'll show you some of my purchased garnets. This was my first one, just a regular old tumbled stone. Tumbled garnet. It's quite dark, but you can kind of see the shines of red in it. There we go. You wouldn't tumble a nice perfectly shaped garnet. That would be a waste because they form gorgeously. Absolutely love their formation. So you wouldn't do this to like a really nice, well-formed one. So that's my tumbled garnet. I'll show you, this one is from Xinjiang, I'm sorry for butchering that, in China, and it is very nicely formed. It's an almandine garnet, or almandine. Isn't that gorgeous? Why would anyone tumble that, right? Unless it's really rough, you wouldn't, because that is just absolutely stunning. So garnets are a group of silicate minerals that have been used since the Bronze Age, and particularly during ancient Roman times as gemstones in jewelry. More recently, I suppose, it is mostly used for industrial abrasives like sandblasting, which is mind-boggling to me that they would waste such gorgeous gems on such a thing, but it serves its purpose, I suppose. I'm always blown away when I find out that they, crush up our gorgeous gems and put them in cement and manure and all sorts of things. But yeah, this is such a beauty. I love this one. So many beautiful faces. Gorgeous. Now we're heading a little bit more local at this point. This one was purchased, but from a fellow rockhound. And this one is from River Valley, Ontario, which is a very well-known location locally for having nice garnets, particularly large-sized garnets, as you can see how big this one is. Gorgeous. Oh, I love this piece so much. And it can be rough in places, but it does have some sides. I absolutely love it, and it's pretty hefty. Also has that gorgeous structural kind of like etched look, almost like, I don't know, some people say like UFO etchings or something. Of course, like just in reference to how it looks. No one actually believes this is a UFO stone or anything like that. But yeah, it just has that gorgeous texture. I'll see if I can get closer. When I shine the light, you can see. Isn't that fascinating? Gorgeous. Some of it going on in here. Just lovely. So all species of garnets possess similar physical properties and crystal forms, but they differ in their chemical composition. So the different species are pyrope, almandine, spessartine, grossular, which has varieties hessonite, sometimes referred to as cinnamon stone, and savorite. And then other species of garnet are also uvarovite or uvarovite. It differs from person to person, as well as andradite. So cool. So garnet species are found in many colors, including red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, pink, brown, black, and completely colorless. However, the reddish shades are much more common in garnets. I just love the texture on it. Big beauty. I love this one. One last look. There we go. So that's it for my purchased ones. Now we're free to continue to look locally. This one was given to me, Garnets and Schist, from a fellow rockhound friend of mine. And it's from the Almondine, Ontario area. You can see the garnets in here and then little ones speckled throughout, but there is quite a larger piece right there. That's lovely. Too cool. This is from an unknown location, but in Ontario. You can see the calcite on the top there, white calcite, and little garnets. Here's one. You can see where my thumbnail points. Little one there, and then a little one here that you can see a little bit on the side, but mostly on top there. Tiny, tiny. This one was found in a rock farm, in a pit of rocks. Too cool. There's another neat little cluster of garnets. Some clearish, whitish calcite on it. Lovely. This next one is Garnets in a Green Mica Schist. It's from Wanup, Ontario. Green mica schist is often referred to as fuchsite when it's as fine as this. Usually finer, to be honest. You can see the little red garnets in it. And the area is known to have garnets. There we are. So you often get rubies in fuchsite, rubies in a green mica schist, but you can also get garnets. They tend to be a lot less vibrant pink than a ruby would be. Little red, darker red circles in that green sparkly mica. All right, what should we look at next? Let's see. I think we'll go on to the location that we can dig at on my Sudbury tour. It's in Wanapteh, Ontario. And generally at this location, the sometimes quite rough, but you can get nice glossy, well-shaped ones. They find themselves in black biotite mica and blue kyanite. You'll be able to see blue kyanite blades in there as well. And we call that a schist. So they will be particularly almandine garnets in schist. I think I'll start with this bigger one. And you can see the larger garnet right here. And it's in rough shape. You know, it's clearly not a perfectly shaped garnet, but it is glossy, so that's fun. And like I said, surrounding it you can see very shiny black biotite mica, as well as clear, shining blue blades of kyanite. Absolutely gorgeous. And here and there you can see some quartz as well. But there's the almandine garnet right there. So, almandine or almandine, sometimes incorrectly called almandite, is the modern gem known as carbuncle, though originally almost any red gemstone was known by the name carbuncle. The term carbuncle is derived from the Latin meaning live coal or burning charcoal, obviously alluding to its round shape and its beautiful red color. Nowadays, carbuncles are like a collection of boils on your skin, so I definitely prefer almandine garnet as the name over carbuncle. But yeah, a little bit of history. I find that stuff fascinating. Give it a quick turn over, but there aren't garnets on this side. You can see thicker blades of the blue kyanite. See in here? Throughout, and lots of that shiny black mica. Yeah. So here's a smaller piece with a couple of glossy little round garnets in there. It's a lot of work trying to collect these because you have to break apart the very tough schist to find these garnets. And when you break it, you just hope they stay intact. Most of the time they don't. But I still love them intact or otherwise. Isn't that beautiful? It's almost like a purpley dark red. Gorgeous. Another small one. Chemically, almandine is an iron aluminum garnet. The deep red transparent stones are often called precious garnet and are used as gemstones, being the most common of the gem grade garnets. Almandine occurs in metamorphic rocks like mica schists, as we've been seeing, associated with minerals such as staurolite, kyanite, as we've been seeing, andalusite, and others. So what we have here is very typical for garnet formations. Big or small, it doesn't matter. I love them. Oh yes, so fun. This one appears on the end here. A little bit on the side, but mostly right here. gorgeous. Another one. There's a lot of quartz in this mix, and you can see the very beautiful pale blue, transparent, or translucent, sorry, kyanite. The location is known for both the kyanite and the garnets. Gorgeous. There we go. So again, these ones and what I've been showing you just recently here are from the Wanapate occurrence, and again, this is a place where we spend a lot of time during my Sudbury tour. This is one of the main events. You can see why. Absolutely gorgeous. There we go. And again, this is a piece that has a lot of quartz included in it. See the garnets. So on Mindad or Mindad, this location is noted for having garnet Neese, a coarse-grained Neese composed mainly of hornblende, black, plagioclase, white, and garnet red. However, in this particular case, at the location that I like to dig at, it's more of a black biotite mica rather than hornblende. And the white is certainly quartz rather than plagioclase feldspar. And of course, the garnets are red. They're beautiful, kind of like a gemmy purpley red. Absolutely gorgeous. And they can certainly get very rough. I wanted to show you an example of a rougher piece, very fine grained. Oh my goodness, what a loud truck that was. There you go. Certainly rougher than the beautiful gemmier pieces we've been seeing. So at this very same location, we also find some specimens like these. These are the ones that are near the car park, and very difficult to get because they're, oh my god, they're so tough. And most people like to leave it there anyways, but I just wanted a little example of what's the more common looking material. Certainly not as, you know, beautiful and well formed as some of the other stuff I've been showing you. And another differently looking specimen that again comes from the same area is this stuff. Now this stuff may contain that hornblende that they're talking about. The black doesn't seem to be fully composed of mica. There's certainly little mica flakes in there for sure. And I'm not sure what the white is composed of. It doesn't appear to be quartz. It could be plagioclase, but I'm not exactly sure. Again, this spot where this type of material is found is not an overly popular spot. The garnets are a little bit rougher, and the matrix just isn't quite as appealing as the other stuff I've been showing you. However, this specimen here I really love. It's from the same area. You can see it's got that yellow-white stone. pretty large one, and it's been covered by the pollution of Sudbury from the mines. Back in the day in Sudbury, our mines covered our entire city with black. So at that time, there were barely any forests. It was looking pretty sparse. And now most of our rocks are covered on the surface with this black pollution, which gives it its own story. You know, I don't mind that really either. Still enjoy this a lot, this piece, even if it came from the surface and has that coating on it. But yeah, this one is a pretty nice solid one, which is rare for that particular little spot. Neat, right? These ones are from an unknown location in Ontario, however, it does really resemble that particular little spot, but that doesn't mean it's from there. I'll show it to you all the same because it is quite similar to the other material. Nice garnets in there. It's so much fun. I love hunting for garnets. Really nice one up here. There we go. And from that same location, it's got matrix all over it, but it's quite a large chunk of garnet inside there. There we go. Okay. So going back to the Wanapte location that we visit in my tours, there is the opportunity to kind of pop out some singular solid almandine or almandine garnets as well. They're not beautifully shaped like, you know, like this one from China, but they're still fun to kind of pop out of their matrix. So let me start by showing you this one. And again, it's got that black covering because these were on the surface. They're really fun to pop out. There we go. So this particular occurrence in Wanapte, Ontario was discovered in 1890 by A.P. Barlow while mapping the area for the Geological Survey of Canada. In 1952, Hoyle Mining Company staked the deposit for kyanite rather than garnets, which was to be used for the production of mullite used in porcelain. So like I said, the location is known for both garnets and kyanite. Here's another one. This one doesn't appear to have been on the surface. This one popped out of a mica schist kyanite quartz matrix, I would say. It's not overly common. They tend to be easily broken in there, but they are also the most beautiful, so so you use your energy where you will. This one's cute. Wonderful. This one's larger, but it's quite rough. And then I have many little teeny tiny ones like these in little jars. But I thought for the sake I'll just show you this one little collection here. So much fun. It is so much fun visiting this spot. Love it. Can't wait to go back. Alright, so on top of these Almandine garnets, I also have one specimen that is considered a grossular androdite kind of hybrid. And they are with epidote on this specimen from Marmora, Ontario. And you can see the green epidote leaching throughout this entire piece. But there are also teeny tiny little epidote crystals as well. So here are the garnets. Nice little cluster right here. Very, very dark colored. Right. There's some in here as well. And in here we can see the little light green epidote crystals as well. Isn't that something? Absolutely love this piece. So most of the garnets from this location are considered dark red-brown garnet, androdite grossular hybrid, and again that's from the Marmora iron mine in Ontario, and that's according to historical testing. So Robinson wrote in 1982 in the Mineralogical Record, Ontario issue volume 13, about these garnets from this specific locality. The lighter colored red-brown trapezohedral crystals average 60% grossular and 40% androdite. So that's pretty freaking cool. I thought that was so neat when I actually looked it up and figured out what was what. Too cool. Go back to that other side. I like that other side. Oh, gorgeous. So gorgeous. Beautiful. So androdite is a calcium iron garnet. Is a variable composition and may be red, yellow, brown, green, or black. The recognized varieties are topazolite, which are yellow or green, and demantoid, which are green, and melanite, which is black. Very cool. So grossular, on the other hand, is a calcium aluminum garnet, though the calcium may in part be replaced by ferrous iron and the aluminum by ferric iron. The name grossular is derived from the botanical name for the gooseberry, Grossularia, in reference to the green garnet of this composition that is found in Siberia. Other shades include cinnamon brown, which is called cinnamon stone sometimes, as well as red and yellow. Gorgeous. Really cool. Very cool. Okie dokie. I also have a couple more things that are possibly eclogite, They're certainly little garnets, I know that for sure. I'll start with my bigger piece. Here we go. See all the tiny, tiny little red dots in this piece? So eclogite is a mafic metamorphic rock. It forms at pressures greater than those typical of the crust of the Earth. It consists of red to pink garnets, usually almandine or pyrope, in a green matrix of sodium-rich pyroxene. However, we can see in this specimen, and even in my other one, that it is more of a bluish color rather than a green. Don't want to focus. There we are. So accessory minerals include, again, kyanite, which could be making it more bluish. And eclogite is defined as a rock that is composed of more than 75% garnet. And I think this one would certainly fit the bill. See the back of it? There we go. And then I have this one as well. And again, it's more of a grayish bluish color rather than green, but certainly made up of more than the 75% garnet. Yeah. Forgot to show you my bigger specimen, so I'll just slip this in with an edit. So again, these are from the Wanapate location that we visit during my Sudbury trip. Just a little bit larger, so they were on the outlyings of the video, and I forgot about them. But that's a pretty large one. It's obviously rough and broken, but I just love how it stands out. Nice big one. Yeah, too cool. And then this larger piece is very much what you will find that will need to be, well, you can keep it as is. Obviously, I decided to with this one, but can be broken apart to try and find nicely shaped garnets. You can see them, one near the bottom there. It probably would have been nicely shaped if I chipped away at it, but I just liked the whole big piece. It's extremely heavy. Let's see, is this focused enough before I move? There we go. You can see some rough ones on the top. Even on this rough side you can see some. Yeah, too cool. Yeah, so they're very heavy, they're very difficult to break up, but that's what makes it a challenge. Alrighty folks, there are my garnets. I certainly have others, but I have far too many to fit them all in this video. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope some of you will be able to join me someday in Sudbury, go looking for some of these gorgeous beauties. Yeah, but in the meantime, I'll be making more videos. I hope you'll tune in. Thanks again for stopping by. Bye guys!